You know, I buy stuff like this hoping that if it doesn't sell, Ryan lets me keep it, because it's happened before. Can you not? Okay, you get out of here. You've lost privileges for touching these types of things.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video. So one way that we really learned a lot of valuable information when we were brand new resellers was by watching YouTube videos like this one. Videos where resellers shared their wins. Videos where other resellers shared what items are currently selling for them on the marketplaces, what brands to look out for, and what items in particular to look out for. So that's what today's video is about. If you're a reseller or if you're thinking about becoming a reseller, these are very valuable videos. Take notes if you can, write down brands, look at the items that we're showing, because these are items that are currently selling for us. It is January 2022, crazy. And this is stuff that is currently selling for us. So if we're able to sell it, that means that you are also able to sell it. So take notes. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let's jump into some of these sales. All right, let's talk about some more eBay sales. This is a really good brand to be on the lookout for. If you ever see this logo right here, it's not Texas Longhorns, Callie and Allie. It is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's brand, Under Armour. And I think it's called like Project Rock or something like that. Is that right? Yeah, sweet. So this is an interesting one. It's a sleeveless hoodie. We got it at a thrift store. I think I paid like $4 for it. It sold for $40 through eBay's global shipment program. And the buyer actually ended up paying $81. So they paid double to get it shipped to Australia, which is a lot. And yes, it's cheaper for us to offer international shipping and ship it directly to the buyer, but it's also not as protected for the seller. That's why we still like eBay's global shipping program, because we've never had an issue using it. It just protects the seller a lot more. Then let's come over here. We've sold the same shoe a bunch of times now, actually. It's a Nike ACG boot. Really nice little like triple black Nike ACG boots. This pair sold for $80. It's a size, what size are you? These are a size 10.5. So size 10.5 sold for $80 shipped. And then here's an interesting little one. Kurt Adler. This actually is out of Allie's collection. She bought it and then she didn't want it anymore. She got a couple different ones. So she ended up selling this nice little Kurt Adler Nutcracker. And this one sold for $70. So another good brand to be on the lookout for. Then we've got a vintage It's Pat Saturday Night Live shirt, not very PC shirt. That sold for $204. So nice sale. Then on top of my phone here, we have a very unique Pendleton shirt. So you don't see like the camp shirts very often when it comes to Pendleton. Usually they're like the plaid wool button down type shirts, but another great brand, Pendleton, and this shirt sold for $30 shipped. Oh, and then these are a very interesting one. I actually found these at a thrift store in Texas, and people thought I was crazy because I paid $20 for this pair of shoes. And the heels are like the heels are messed up, if you can see that. I feel like there's no way you're gonna sell shoes with messed up heels. And they sold for 75 bucks. So because it's a good brand, Salvatore Ferragamo, and it's a good style. I think this is called like Horsebit right here. So yeah, they still sold for $75. So even after shipping and fees, we're gonna make some decent money on those. And then we have this really cool, I believe this is 80s, 1981 Charlie Daniels band, Raglan. And this one sold for $70 shipped.
Okay, so today is, what's the date? Oh, gosh. How do I not even know what today is? Today is January 4th, 2022. Well, that feels weird. And yeah, that didn't hurt. Okay. All right. It is 48 degrees out right now, and we are in Plant City, Florida. So if you're wondering where we are.
Did you know that this sold?
Yeah, a long time ago. A long time ago.
Can you believe it?
I remember when I found this
I
at a
couldn't
thrift.
believe it. I think you found it for like $2 or $3.
It was definitely under $5, but it was more than a couple of doll hairs.
Okay.
Sorry for the doll hairs.
But I remember you being like, hey, I think we can sell this for money. And I was like, that's a strange thing. Yeah. Bye.
Brian didn't care because it was small. It doesn't take up much space. And yeah, it's amazing. I love it. So this sold for $65, nice, including shipping and fees and all that. So our profit on it will probably be
like $50
yeah,
for sure. But that's
a
cool.
wallet.
It's a good example of like
A weird thing that Ryan would never touch.
yeah, and like look up weird stuff if you find it. All right, so we had some decent eBay sales and a couple decent little Instagram sales yesterday, so I just wanted to share these with you. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me just real quick. In the last video, I had a couple people comment that they didn't want to see my tattoos. So
right.
There we go. Is that better for you guys? Can you watch my videos now?
I thought you were gonna take it off.
Someone legit said cover up your tattoos.
Wow.
I was like, oh my gosh, stupid people.
This isn't corporate America.
Anyway, we sold a really cool Tigger t-shirt, big face Tigger t-shirt. This one went for $125. We sold this Simpsons wrestling shirt. That's the back, that's the front. This one went for $175. It's a lot of money for a Simpsons shirt, but it's kind of like a more obscure one. You don't see that one very often in the marketplace. And then 2 Smashing Pumpkins shirts. That one and that one. Those sold together for $220. And then we've got a Goldberg wrestling shirt. This one is probably my favorite. It's got Taz on it. Goldberg and Taz. I sold this one for $70. And then on eBay, we sold a pair of Zoom-X, Nike Zoom-X shoes. I had these up for, I think $130, and I took an offer on them of right at $100. And we're getting in right before eBay changes things where they start charging fees on them. So no fees on these because it's right at the $100 limit. They're athletic shoes, and eBay's going to be changing that to 7% for store owners, 8% for regular eBay sellers. I think on January 15th is when they change that. And then we have a new with tags Hook brand fishing shirt. It's a really nice one. This one sold for, I think, $30 plus shipping. So I want to say it went for like $36 or $38, something like that. And we thrifted this shirt for $7 at a thrift store. And then last but not least on eBay, really cool vintage Motorhead shirt. That's the front. That's the back. This one sold for $275. Yeah, so that's everything that sold yesterday.
Hello, you beautiful people. On today's episode, we're showing you some what solds, and today there's 4 more pairs of shoes that sold that I wanted to show you because they're cool sales. So let's take a look. Up first is this The North Face backpack. This is the Jester model with the laptop sleeve in there. This thing sold for $34.97. Then up next we have this Utah Jazz Mitchell and Ness hat. Look at that. Super nice hat. This thing sold for $79.97. Great condition. Up next are these Oboz Be-Dry Women's Bridger hiking shoes. Size 8.5, low tops. Even with all that dust and stuff from hiking on them, they sold for $80. And then last but not least, from our favorite sales of the night, this is a vintage 1992 Grateful Dead men's tie-dye t-shirt, Wake of the Flood from Chicago tour. Look at that thing, sold folded, and it sold for $160. We have these Birkenstock 285 men's rubber clogs, slip-on work shoes, black slip-resistant US size 11. Those sold for $45. Then we have some nice Doc Martens. These are in great condition. They are Sussex Chukka boot, black round toe, slip resistant, lace up size 12. They sold for $54.38. Then we have these bad boys, Cole Haan Zero Grand 2.0 men's laser cut Oxford shoes, brown, C25351, US size, I can't read it. Anyway, they sold for $39. And then last, but certainly not least, these Louis Vuitton shoes. These things here, super cool looking, you know what I'm saying? These are Louis Vuitton Paris men's lace-up Chukka shoes, high tops, brown leather. They sold for $297.97. My battery's dying, bye.
We just sold a really cool item on eBay and I wanted to share it with you. It's over here. Look at these. Look how fun these are. I don't even remember where we got these. I think at a wholesale lot, a flea market find maybe? These are so cool. I don't know what year they are. I think they're 70s. Nike waffle shoes.
What year is this?
And they're not even, what year are
It's gonna be
you?
expensive to ship. Just kidding.
And they're actually in pretty good condition. The insoles are deteriorating, but we put that in the listing, and they're still wearable. They're in wearable condition. So this pair of old Nike shoes sold for $101.
Oh my God.
Isn't that cool? And there's little too.
I wanted them, but they're not my size.
They're little. They're a size 4.5. So yeah, if you ever see old Nike waffle shoes like that, sell them.
Cool shirt.
Hey, thanks. I just got it. 0.
Lady of the night.
She says, paint me like one of your French girls. Another thing sold. Actually, this was a funny one because it sold when Allie was wearing it in a video. So someone like off the backed Allie from a video. She was wearing it in a video and they're like, hey, I need that Suzuki Samurai sweater. So it should be somewhere. Is that it, babe?
Yes, but I'm taking it home and washing it.
Oh, you're gonna wash it?
Yeah, I'm not giving it to them to smell it.
Why?
Smells,
They
'cause I was
probably.
outside. No, I'm not giving someone a sweatshirt that has my musk in it.
I mean, we should charge more.
No,
But
we're
at least-
washing it.
Let
It
me show
smells.
it first.
Okay.
It's this amazing sweater.
I really don't want to get rid of it, but.
You didn't have to sell it.
No, I did. I did.
It did sell for $40, so that's pretty good.
Well, I mean, that's rare. You can't even find that online, I don't think. And it's like the best colors ever. Everything about it's amazing.
$40 is almost as much as you could buy a Suzuki Samurai for.
Actually, no.
I'm just kidding. They're actually pretty
They're
expensive.
very expensive now.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool cars.
Of my extension cord.
None of this is in the video. You don't have a mic on.
Oh, no. Listen to me. Can you hear me now? What if I talk this close to the mic?
No, the mic's over here, first of all.
Yeah, we don't use this mic anymore.
We don't. Okay, wait, come here. Come here. Guys, so this is the plan. I got a research extension cord so I don't burn out my miter saw. So it's the right gauge. Oh God. It's just gonna be heavy breathing. It's gonna be the worst audio ever.
So the Nike shoes padded and put into a priority mail shoebox, which these you can get for free on USPS.com. It's going to cost us priority mail $8.24 to ship it out. They were under 2 pounds, so not very heavy, but they are in there nice and snug, and the buyers should be very happy. They'll get there fast too, a couple days. Okay, so now that we've shown you a bunch of our sales from this week, I wanted to give you the condensed version, like the cliff notes of what brands to be on the lookout for from this video. So Project Rock by Under Armour, really good brand to keep an eye out for. Nike, lots of different ones you can be on the lookout for. Nike is actually really, really easy to research too. On the inside tag of the shoe, there's typically a 6-digit number followed by a dash and then a 3-digit number. All you have to do is type that full number on eBay and research by actual sold comps. So sort by sold comps, and most of the time the actual model that you're looking for will show up just based on those numbers. The Kurt Adler Nutcracker, that might be a new brand for you, but we've actually sold those in the past as well, and that's the brand, really. There's a couple different Nutcracker brands, but that is one of like the higher end ones that you want to keep an eye out for. Kurt Adler. Pendleton brand, look out for 100% wool items, but also keep an eye out for those interesting patterns, and then also the blankets. We've done amazingly well in the past with Pendleton 100% wool blankets. And then there's higher end shoe brands like Salvatore Ferragamo and Louis Vuitton. Now with those higher end brands, you do have to make sure that you're buying legitimate items. You don't want to sell anything that's fake. There are companies which we have no affiliation with, but there are companies like Real Authentication that'll charge a fee to authenticate shoes and different luxury goods for you. So that's a route you can go, but you can also just Google it, and if something seems off, then it's probably a good idea to pass. And then you have a brand like Toledo, like those little toothpicks, the sword toothpicks that Allison found. That's a brand that I never really would have looked up, but now that I know it, I know to look out for that brand, and in particular, look out for those little toothpick sets. Obviously, 80s and 90s vintage t-shirts are still selling very well for us. That market is still doing great in 2022. And then there's stuff like that that Hook fishing gear brand, HUK. We've sold those shirts, the fishing shirts, we've sold them very well in the past, and that brand seems to be holding its value pretty well in the market. The North Face, like that backpack that we found, but not just backpacks, the North Face has a multitude of different items that sell very well. We love selling the jackets. Some of the hiking shoes can do very well too. So the North Face, it is also a brand that is ripped off a lot, so make sure you're selling only authentic North Face items, but that's a brand that sells very well year-round. Oboz brand boots. We've sold this brand a few times in the past, and it's always sold very well for us, and they seem to sell on the higher end of hiking brand boots. I've actually even seen some of them sell for $300 plus. So if you're not familiar with that brand, it's OBOZ. Definitely add that to your list of brands to be on the lookout for. One that I'm sure most of you know already, Birkenstocks. But with Birkenstocks, what I found is it always comes down to the particular model. So when you find a pair of Birkenstocks, don't just think that it's a grab 100% of the time. Make sure you are looking at the current marketplace, make sure you are researching the exact same model of Birkenstocks, and then size also does make a difference with that brand. Haan brand shoes. Now this is a brand that I've noticed start to kind of decline in value over the years. Certain shoes that we sold for $60 a couple years ago are now only selling for $30, $40. We try to stick to the $0 style of Haan shoes, mainly because I found that that's where the desirability is. Those are the ones that people are really looking for, and the sell-through rate seems to be very strong with $0 shoes. But Haan, still a good brand, but again, do your research on them. Not everyone is a winner, but most of them will return a decent amount of money, and if you can get them cheap enough, most of the time it's worth buying them. So there you go. There's a concise list of the brands that we talked about in today's video. Hopefully that kind of helps you guys out. That's the goal of making videos like this. It's to teach other resellers what brands and what styles are currently selling in the marketplace today. So if you did learn something from today's video, please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to the channel. We try to put out 3 to 4 brand new videos every single week, and we go live on Monday evenings around 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're live on YouTube, so if you have other questions, feel free to join us on one of those live shows. But thank you all very much for taking the time to watch today's video. We love you. Couldn't do this without y'all. I hope that today's video has helped out some people out there. See you guys next time. Bye. Later.